Hello and welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today. In today's tutorial, Google Docs 1.3, we are going to talk about Google Docs in terms of spelling and grammar check, word count, inserting images, tables, headers or footers, and links. Let's do it. So we're going to go ahead and start out in our Google Drive. To begin, let's go ahead and click the New button with the plus. We're going to find Google Docs, and let's go ahead and create a blank document. Like before, you're going to want to title this. For right now, we're just going to say test, because we're testing it out. Now, to start off, we're going to work on spelling and grammar check. This is super helpful for anybody that's writing papers. So, I'm going to go ahead and paste some text from a blog, and we're going to see if the spelling and the grammar are correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and highlight this, and if you go to Tools in the upper dashboard here, okay, and the very first one pops up is spelling and grammar, and you have a couple of different options here, but probably the most helpful one is the first one that actually says spelling and grammar check. Go ahead and click that. And if you notice on the side, it will say, well, in this situation, it says everything looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up one more time. Now, if something wasn't right, the spelling was wrong or the grammar that had a recommendation, it would have some options and you can go ahead and just go through things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change a few things. I'll take out a couple letters, take out 2. Okay, we're going to try that again just so you can see what that might look like. So go to Tools, Spelling Grammar Check. Okay, so it's recommending the right spelling for often, and then it goes directly to should, the right spelling for that, and the document looks good. There's no grammatical issues, so we can move on from there. Next, we're going to go ahead and check out word count. This is very helpful. You're going to approach this very similarly. You can go ahead and highlight it. We're going to go back to Tools on the top of the dashboard. Find word count. It's the second option after spelling and grammar, and it will literally tell you how many pages you have, how many words you have, the characters excluding spaces, and it also gives you the option to display word count while typing. So I'm going to go ahead and click that and see what happens if I actually delete some things. So if you notice in the bottom left hand corner, as I'm deleting words, the word count's going down little by little. So that's really helpful if you're really being picky about, all the stats when it comes to the word count for a paper. Next, we're going to talk about inserting images. This is pretty awesome. So what we're going to do is go to the top of the page, find Insert, and there is an image icon, and it gives us the opportunity to upload from a computer, search from the web, pull it from our Google Drive, pull it from our Google Photos, by URL, or actually even take a picture. In addition, one of the easier ways to get to it is over a little further to the right on the top of the page. There is an insert image icon. It has exactly the same drop-down menu. And let's go ahead and search the web. Now, these are all coming from Google, and these are safe to use. They come from Google Images. So say I just want a picture of a puppy for some reason. Well, I can go ahead and search that, and I have all kinds of puppy pictures that I can use for my report for however I want, and I just need to click it, press insert, and I have a beautiful picture of a happy puppy. However you want to format it, you can do it. Next, let's talk about headers and footers. And they are essentially completed the same way to insert into a document. So we're going to go to Insert once again at the top of the page, scroll down to where you see headers and footers, and we're just going to say header for right now. And we can have any kind of title at the top. And what will happen is it will be on every single page. So say this paper was about puppies. I'm just going to say Puppies 101. Okay. And then I'll put a dash. And if I come over to the options to the side, I can add a page number for every page. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And it will ask me, do I want it in the header, the footer, starting with page 1, or perhaps starting at page 2. I'm going to go ahead and start with page 1, press apply, And as you can see, I have Puppies 101-1 for page 1. Or I could literally type in page before it, and then it makes it obvious. Certainly you can click this option where page 1 is not numbered, like a lot of books, or you can keep it on the first page as well. So the footer is done exactly the same way. I will show you once again. So again, go to Insert, go to Headers and Footers. This time I'm going to go to Footers. I'm going to write down Puppies 101. I'm going to put a dash, and this time I'm going to put page, and then I'm going to select Options, Page Numbers, and Show on First Page, starting at page 1, Apply, and there it is. And finally, this is probably my favorite one. We're going to go ahead and turn some text into a link. Now, say we were trying to find a puppy page. All right, I'm just going to open up a browser, and I'm going to randomly go to puppies101.com. And we have a picture of Puppies 101. I got a puppy right there, all kinds of puppies. So say I want to go ahead and use this website. Okay, now that I'm at my page, I want to go ahead and link to the puppies101.com. So what I'm going to do is I can do a couple different things. Underneath the picture, if I want to reference it, I can go ahead and let me center this. I can literally just copy and paste. So I copied it, I can paste it underneath, I can make it smaller, but that's kind of clunky, right? Then you have to make it smaller, and just this is the visual cue that people want to see. Or you can say, you can write in some text. So for instance, I want to say, see more puppies. And then from there, all I need to do is highlight the text, go to the link icon at the top of the page that says Insert Link, or Control-K, insert the link that I already copied. Okay, we're gonna apply it, and now when I click this, it takes me to puppies101.com. And finally, I want to show you how to insert a table. So to insert a table, this could be for various reasons. We're going to go ahead and go back to the inserts at the top of the page. And the second option is a table. Now you're going to see this grid looking thing. So it will say something like, it'll start out 1 by 1. How many columns and rows you want, you just decide, and you can put them in. And all you got to do is insert. Like right now I have, let's see, 4 by 4. Okay, and you notice when it's on a page break, it will split it up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just select so it goes down a little further. And perhaps maybe you don't want to see everything. So I can put, I can put name. I can say breed, because we're talking about puppies. I can put age, and I can just put other for one reason or another. And ladies and gentlemen, that's Google Docs 1.3, where we learned how to use the spelling and grammar checker, word count, inserting images, tables, headers, footers, and links. Have a great day, everyone.